Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville for the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's make a start on that review. I'm not sure what the game is. It's a third-person shooter that was created by PopCap Games and then published by EA. It was originally released in October 2019 on other systems, and then it's come over to the Switch about 6 weeks ago, so March 19th, 2021. The great thing about the game is it has lots to do both online and offline, so you don't need to worry too much if you haven't got a Wi-Fi connection or if you haven't got that Switch Online membership. I think that the closest thing we have to this game currently on the Nintendo Switch is Splatoon, although they do differ quite a lot as well. With both this game and Splatoon, when you first go into the game, you'll notice on Splatoon it's a street. With this game, it's an amusement park. Now with Splatoon, it was very simple. You just go down the street, at the end of the street, you go into that little building and you can play the game, go to the left and right, and you're able to buy different weapons, improve your character. With this game, I found it so complicated to navigate where I want to go. After sort of a couple of hours of playing and going around this little map area in the amusement park, I did kind of work out what it is I need to do to try and play the game further. But it's very complicated, especially if you're a young kid and you're trying to work out what to do, or if you're not a gamer and you're trying to figure out what to do. I think it could be simplified quite a lot. Just literally maybe press plus or minus to bring up a menu button. I'm not sure you need this whole amusement park area to navigate around. The big negative with Splatoon was that there wasn't really anything to do offline. The great thing about this game is there's so much to do offline. There's a really fun single player, and there's also lots of mini games as well, so you don't really need to worry too much if you're in an area without good Wi-Fi or if you haven't got that membership, because there's so much to do offline. There is no in-game purchases, so you can earn coins just by playing the game. There's loads of things you can do with the coins, change your character, buy different weapons, buy upgrades, but all the coins you can earn in the game. You don't need to pay any extra money, which I think is a great thing for this game. As I said earlier on, there's an awful lot to do in this game. I've enjoyed everything throughout the game, but one of my favourite games to play was the garden or graveyard ops. So defending basically your base against either hordes of plants or hordes of zombies. So if you ever played zombies on Call of Duty, it has similarities to that. I really enjoyed playing it. It was fast paced enough that it offered me some challenge, but I think if I was slightly younger or someone who wasn't gaming as much, I think there's still lots of challenge, but maybe still enjoyable for them as well. So that's been one of my favourite games to play. You can obviously see that from the gameplay here. It's one of the first games I played when I was reviewing the game. The game has various settings when it comes to motion controls. I didn't really get on board with them very well. I tried various things. There's aiming only motion controls. You can have it on permanently. It didn't work that well for me. Maybe it's because I'm used to using the split pad, so I'm not used to using motion controls, but it's there as an option for you if you like it and if you want to include that as well. I've checked the eShop and the game is currently at £35. Now I got this game last week for £17.99. It appears as though in the UK the physical copies of the game have dropped to around the £15 mark. Amazon has gone back up to 25, but I've checked at Smith's Toys and Argos, and it's around that £15 mark, which I think is a great price for the game. I think anything above 25 you're probably paying a little bit too much, but around that £25 mark, and especially at the moment for £15, I think that's a fantastic price to pay. I've checked the EA website, and the last DLC came out in September last year, so the complete edition on the Switch will have all the DLC, and according to the EA website, there's no more DLC being added to the game. It seems a little bit strange when I'm looking at a negative for this game, and that negative might be that there's actually too much to do. So there's so many different characters and there's so many different ways to play the game. Some people might be a bit overwhelmed, especially with the amount of characters, and then trying to maybe pick a character, and once you get that character all leveled up, you've then got to drop back down to pick a lesser character. So some people might find that frustrating. I really leveled my first character up a lot, and then when it came to changing back down to a lower character, I found the game a little bit harder to play. So my advice would be, if you're playing through this, change the character regularly rather than maybe focus on one person and build them up too much, because it then becomes much harder later on to go back to a worse character. All of the footage you can see from the review is taken from handheld mode. Now you can see from the gameplay at the moment there's an awful lot going on the screen. I didn't really notice massive frame drops, or I didn't suffer from any crashes of the game or any bugs like that. I'm sure if you ran this for a computer you could tell me exactly where those frame drops are, but certainly to the naked eye, when I'm playing this in handheld mode, it didn't really cause me any problems, and I enjoyed the game throughout, even with lots of stuff going on the screen. To summarise, I think whatever age you are, you can enjoy this game. There's not enough violence on the screen to stop maybe a younger person playing it. I would look out though for a sale on the eShop if you collect your games digitally. Obviously with the game physically being reduced down to just over £15 in the UK, I would imagine the eShop would probably reduce, or there'll be an eShop sale at some point in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that. But I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, and also comment down below any games you'd like to see me review as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care everyone.